Okay, well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very important episode today. Title of the video, Fake Flat Earthers. Now, to me, I think this is a very interesting concept because what I saw from how after the final experiment, we had Jaren and Austin and all these people just somehow turned to the globe. Okay, this was all pre-programmed. All right, what's up, Mikey Smith? Horizontally opposed. How you doing? Yep. So what I've been doing, I've been listening to a lot of these live streams. I've been taking mental notes, kind of seeing what's the pattern. What am I seeing from these agents? Okay. Now, when it comes to the final experiment, to me, my opinion, once it started happening, I was like, okay, they weren't even in Antarctica. There's no evidence anybody from final experiment was in Antarctica for the final experiment, okay? There might be evidence that they were in Punta Arenas, okay? But every video is fake. Everything they showed, it has fakery somehow, okay? So when I look at flat earthers on live streams and they say stuff like, yeah, they were there, but they faked the sun somehow or whatever. And actually, I try to prepare a statement, like a speech, to put all of my thoughts in an easy way. But let me just hear what I'm saying here. Okay, I'm going to read this speech that I've been preparing. All right, everybody, I want to talk about something serious. This isn't just about debates or opinions. This is about infiltration. It's about deception. And it's time we stop pretending we don't see it. There's a pattern I've noticed. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There are fake flat earthers operating right now. And their job isn't to find truth. It's to control it. These are not just regular skeptics or people with different models. These are strategic agents, gatekeepers, installed figures pre-positioned years in advance. Let me be clear. I'm talking about the ones like Dave Weiss, Mark Sargent, Karen B, Flatzoid, and others walking the same tired path. These people are not helping the community. They are leading people off a cliff. Here's what they all have in common. They are all quietly reinforcing the final experiment narrative. They'll show you glitches. They'll play along and say, oh yeah, this part was fake. That sun looked weird. But when it comes down to the foundation, the question of whether those people were actually in Antarctica, they all say the same thing. Yeah, they were there, but they faked the sun. Yeah, they were there, but it was a plasma projector. Yeah, they were there, but it's the Joe Hanvey model. And that's the trap. Because the second you accept that they were there, even if you say they faked what they saw, you've handed over the most important part of the narrative. You validated the foundation of the PSYOP. You're now standing on their terms. It's no different from people who say the moon landing was real, but they faked the videos. That's not awakening. That's controlled opposition. It's psychological containment. It's misdirection. Real flat earthers look at the final experiment and say there's no credible proof they were there to begin with. If one part is fake, it's all fake. And every legitimate analysis of their footage points to green screen, CGI, chroma key failures, and faked conditions. That's not just sloppiness. That's exposure. They got caught. But what's worse, they planned for that. They knew people would see the glitches. So what did they do? They had people like Dave Weiss, Mark Sargent, Karen B ready to say, yeah, it's weird, but they were there. That's the sleight of hand. That's the trap, to make doubters look like paranoid believers in plasma projections and exotic sun models, rather than people simply pointing out that the entire story was fabricated. And listen, I'm not saying this lightly. I've watched the shifts. I've seen the drastic changes in Flatzoid's content, from strong skepticism to softly reinforcing that they were there. I saw Karen B go on shows telling people to just believe what TFE was saying, even calling other people names who ask questions. I watched Jaron do a 180 and go on Glober shows. Austin started asking for $10,000 for reasons he couldn't explain. And the content, all of it started to sound like desperate damage control. You don't need a PhD to see what this is. A well-structured, highly coordinated psychological operation. And it failed. They expected flat earthers to either believe the final experiment or get funneled into one of their fake explanations. But we saw through it. And once you see the pattern, you see it everywhere. This is bigger than McToon. It's bigger than Fight the Flat Earth, because the real danger isn't from outside. It's from within. The most effective way to kill a movement is to lead it and fill it with controlled, compromised narratives. But we're not fooled. We don't need plasma projectors. We don't need 24-hour sun on the flat earth. We don't need ridiculous mental gymnastics to explain glitches. We just need honest eyes and common sense. So if you're watching this, remember, stay grounded, stay sharp, and stop trusting the loudest voices just because they're on your side. Truth doesn't need gatekeepers. Truth doesn't need scripts. Truth stands on its own. Which is kind of ironic because I prepared a little script for that. Oh, hey, what's up, Daniel Barry? Happy Sunday, Matthew. Happy Sunday to you too. So here we go. Let me bring this up. Okay, let's just hear what Flatzoid has to say really quick.
Well, the people that went down there say it's real. So
yeah, that's what I'm not saying they didn't go to Antarctica. No doubt about that. But what they're presenting is definitely faked.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Flatzoid giving legitimacy to the final experiment. Okay, let's hear that again. His own words, okay? I'm not putting words in his mouth. I'm not misrepresenting his words. He's, to strongman Flatzoid, he's saying that they actually went there, but they showed us fake stuff. So let's hear that again just for confirmation.
Because it's not real.
Well, the people that went down there say it's real. So
yeah, that's what I'm not saying they didn't go to Antarctica. No doubt about that. But what they're presenting is definitely faked.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from his own mouth. You know, I'm not misrepresenting his opinion. What he's saying, they were actually there, but what they're showing us is fake. Right? South is not down. Yeah, true. Hello, Flatzoid's a moron. Well, I know he's wrong. He's definitely wrong about a lot of the stuff he talks about. I forgave him. He had some negative things about me, really negative things about me to say, but of course I forgave him. But yes, I had to rebuke him about certain things about the Bible. But enough of that. That's a different thing. But yeah, you hear what he's saying. These people, all of them, Mark Sargent, Dave Weiss, all of them, Flatzoid, all these people, they're all trying to establish that these people were where they said they were. right? You know what I mean about that, Mikey? Like the pattern that I'm seeing. And it's funny, I don't know if you heard all my speech, which I prepared a script, and it's just I wanted to get my ideas all together, because sometimes when I explain things, I'm all over the place. So, but yeah, these people, they're working from some script. They're working from some type of plan. It's an old plan that they set up a long time ago, that they wanted to somehow control the flat earth movement, which I think they have successfully been for the most part through these YouTube personalities, through whatever it is, like the artificial how can I say it? Like the artificial popularity of David Weiss. That he bought that. He had to buy stuff, to get where he was. And not just him, not his money, but most likely some type of agent. These people, they're agents. That's how I see it. They're not just getting like normal people to say, hey, you know what? Can you go on the internet and can you try to lead this organization? That's not how they do it. They're not trying to get normal flat earth people. These people, they're like actors, they're agents. They follow the same script. And it's like, no matter what, it's like they all agree that these people were in Antarctica, but they all disagree about the circumstances. That's how you can tell it's a lie. Just like any other lie you could think of. Evolution. Scientists cannot agree on evolution because it's a lie. Just like religious people, when they talk about the Trinity, they don't know how to talk about the Trinity because it's a lie. So everybody has their own kind of understanding on it. So now when we get to these fake flat earth leaders, they're all saying the same thing. They're all trying to establish the final experiment. So let me try to bring something else up here. Okay. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. What this is from Vika Draziv channel. On this channel, let me tell you about it. After I called out Mark Sargent and Dave Weiss on the panel, they blocked me from the chat. Like I was trying to chat earlier today, and I'm not able to. And then other times also, like I was like, why am I blocked from the chat? Right? And I sent Vika a message on what was it? Telegram. I'm like, dude, why am I blocked in the chat? But hey, they didn't like that I called out Mark Sargent and Dave Weiss. They did not like that. That was something that maybe they figure was distasteful, or maybe these guys want people like that to boost their channel. Like, oh, if we can get these people on our show, we'll get more viewers, Like they don't care that it's fake. They don't care that these people, they're lying. They were never in Antarctica to begin with. It's like these guys all want to say, oh, the videos are fake, but yeah, they were there, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, definitely. When I called out Dave Weiss and Mark Sargent, that's probably why they blocked me from the chat. So let's take a look at what these guys are saying.
Sort of extreme, man. Bro, I was scared in that water for a split second. I knew I wasn't going to be able to swim back. Not with my.
He's talking about something, a story where he was in a canoe. Oh, let me pause this. Okay, I see this guy at the bottom of the screen. RG the artist. That guy's the same thing. He's like a lower level one of these guys. RG the artist. He wants to be where like Gene Edited is, or like up to that level, or like a buddy on the Flatzoid show, which was weird because if you guys watched the video where Flatzoid was calling that woman a slut, this guy RG, he was the one saying that to those. Like he kind of provoked them into talking about that, suggesting that the lady was some type of comforter, which, you know what, I think that's kind of out of line because Lisbeth never trash talks anybody, you know? And then this guy, RG, the artist, he was part of that whole fiasco that McToon did a video of exposing Flatzoid for saying that. And it was this guy, RG, the artist. That guy, RG, the artist, was saying the same thing, that, yeah, they saw a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, right? Towing the line. And you know what else? He's also one of those moon mappers of Earth, which, yeah, it's lame, you know? And I noticed this guy always wants to be on the panel. And you know what? I'm suspicious of that. Someone that always wants to be on the panel talking about fake stuff, like just dumb stuff. You know, every time I hear that guy, he's just saying dumb stuff on these panels. Sam Abakai is cool. I like Sam. He's my friend. And he's starting to become a Christian, which I love that Sam. He's slowly becoming a Christian because he's hanging out talking with Christian flat earthers. You know, like me, I'm a Christian. Some of these other people are Christians, you know, on these other shows, you know? So yeah, so congratulations, Sam, for you know, turning to Christ, you know, well, in a way. I mean, I respect his views. I don't want to speak for him, but I kind of sense that he's okay with Jesus. You know, like he won't feel bad, you know, when the Lord comes. Tron, I don't know so much about. He kind of just showed up on the scene. I think he was one of those same guys talking about how they were there in Antarctica, which the red flag. This lady Ari Mnemonic. Okay, they asked her a very simple question when they first brought her on. A very simple question. They said, "Are you a flat earther?" Or I forget how they said it. But she gave a very long answer and said no. But she's looking into things. So it's like, how the heck is this lady still a Glober? Hanging out with Vika, Gene, Sam, all these guys. How the heck is this lady still a Glober? Okay, so red flag, Ari. Sorry. Gene, man, I love Gene. He's so cool. Gene has a cool voice. So yeah, I got no problem with Gene at all. And I like that he's rocking the Gleason maps. Right? He's rocking the Gleason maps. But I don't know what's up with Vika, man. I messaged him. I said, man, I'm blocked in the chat, right? To Vika through the Telegram group that we're in. But I guess he didn't like that I called out those guys because that might have caused some type of financial situation between the guys. Kind of like when I made McToon rage quit and Modern Day Debate wasn't able to make that super chat money. Modern Day Debate wasn't going to have me back after that. But I was kind of like, you know, I won't, you know, say anything questionable ever, right? Even if it's just my opinion of a video this guy did not even make, right? This guy did not make that video that I was showing. I just said it looked weird. But anyways, with Vika, yeah, that could have caused some financial concerns with Dave Weiss and Mark Sargent because they are kind of a big draw and people have to pay them. Like if they want Dave Weiss on their show, it's like they have to like pay him or something. It's some weird things that I don't have information about, but that I'm seeing patterns of. So I like Vika. I hope he's cool with me, but it's okay if he didn't like me for saying that. So I forgive him. But let's see what these guys are saying.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that, you know, everything is blue there. You know, the cabins are blue, the truck is blue, the shirts are blue. Everything is blue. Like the song, you know, I'm blue. Da-na-na-na-na-na. It's like the, you know, it's like a fucking Smurfs movie. Those are Smurfs. Fucking Smurfs.
What's his computer sitting on? Is that like a trash can? What I've been wondering that.
No, it's not a trash can.
Oh man, I can't stand that guy's voice. It's like not only does that guy say dumb stuff, RG the artist, but it's like I don't like his voice. Let's just
an aquarium, you know, maybe an aquarium. It's just,
I mean, you know, there was another person on here I wanted to see, but they left.
Stands that they had out in the middle
here we
of
go.
the.
Pause. Okay, let me see really quick. Oh wow, there's people in the chat. Wow, Hey, what's up, DSN? Good. They're completely wrong saying they were there. Why? Excellent question. DSN. At the beginning of the video, I prepared like a statement, right, of all my ideas about all the fake flat earthers. I used Chat GPT to put all my ideas together, right? So at the beginning, yeah, it's like the fake flat earthers. They're more, they're worse than Globers, like people like McToon, Craig Fight the Flat Earth. Those people are like surface level distraction. But the fake flat earthers, it's worse to me, even worse, because then there'll be real people wanting to see what's going on, you know, like, oh wow, what's up with flat earth, you know? And then we got these type of people, you know, I think I like some of them. You know, I know Sam's pretty cool, but the reason they're lying is like this, so they can establish the final experiment as legitimate. That's the point of what these fake flat earthers are doing, okay? It's to establish the final experiment. There is no evidence that they were in Antarctica. I've been saying that for months, and I keep hearing other people on live streams who's like, oh yeah, they were there, they just faked the sun, or they were there, they just gave us fake videos. And it's like, those are the fake flat earthers. Oh, what's up? Let me see. Oh, true. Flat earth people should stay away from these liars. Well, I talk with them. You know, I communicate with them, and some of them are real. I don't want to throw all of them under the bus. Okay. So that's my official thing. I'm not throwing all these people under the bus. I'm just like aware of the pattern. And I don't want to misrepresent their words either. I want to like listen to what they say, like what Flatzoid said. And I played the clip of him earlier. He's trying to establish the final experiment as legitimate. Same time saying, oh, look at, they did this, they did that. Oh, look, doesn't that look weird? But really they're trying to establish it. I just think Sam should get rid of that star of Ramfran on that flag. He flies behind him. Well, you make an excellent point. Okay, DSN. You know, I kind of think that too, like the original symbol for the Israel, like 50 years ago, or what was it? Like, not 50 years ago. But it originally was a menorah. Then they changed it to that, what you referred to as Star of Ramfran, or what is it? Remphan. R-E-M-P-H-A-N. But you know what? I like Sam. You know, I told him, you know, I don't care if he's like Mossad or IDF or any, you know, it only matters to me if he's real flat earther. Okay, like all these people. What are you saying here? Vika is part of that mafia crew. He promoted them all the way, including Hannity. You know, I didn't know that. But yeah, I could have caused them to lose money by calling out Mark Sargent and Dave Weiss when the live stream was happening. You know, it's all about money for a lot of these guys. You know, they got like thousands of views. You know, they're selling all these products and stuff. It's like, this is a business. Okay. Well, got good day, Matthew. Logical observations. Hello. Look, and then good day, Mikey. Nice. But anyways, let me bring this up bigger because I wanted to share something. Okay. Now, Mikey, I know you guys are having a problem with that Vlad or whatever, the back and forth. I noticed some things about Vlad that I would like to talk about with him, but I don't know if he'll be upset, you know. Notice how Gene Edited shows the Gleason map. He has two azimuthal equidistant maps. Vlad has a globe and Mercator projection. Okay? That's not the only thing I noticed about Vlad. And I like Vlad. And I don't care if he's an agent. I only care if he's a real flat earther. Okay? Like I said about Sam, I don't care if he's Mossad or IDF or whatever. You know, French Secret Service. I don't care about that. I only care if they're real people. Okay, now this thing about Vlad, like I said, I like him. But he's got the globe and the Mercator projection, which are both false. And not just that. Let me bring this up. I can't show it bigger, but if you look on the Mercator map behind Vlad's head, there is a little picture of people standing around an official government seal. I think it's the CIA or FBI. And like I said, Vlad, I like you, man. I don't care if you're in the CIA or whatever, or NSA, whatever, former military. Only thing that matters if you're a real flat earther, okay? Like I said, you guys on your own, okay? I'm not making this up. It's his own video. I'm not trying to say, oh, look at that. But in a way I am, yes. I'm pointing it out. He's rocking the globe. He's rocking the Mercator projection. And like I said, if you guys notice on the Mercator projection behind him, in the upper left-hand corner, there is a picture. It kind of looks like the seal of like the CIA or the FBI. I could be wrong. But hey, like I said, I don't care. If he is, that's on him. Oh, DSN, you got a comment. Matt, careful. Fed Dave is real F ear, but he's a shill and a grifter. He wants to push his app because he wants more land. Yes, which is another lie. The idea that they can get past the firmament, right? That's what Dave Weiss is pushing, that they can somehow get past the firmament and go to other lands. It's all anti-biblical. But yeah, honestly, you're right. Like, Flat Earth Dave probably is a real flat earther, but yes, shill, grifter, don't trust him. And they were acting really weird when I told them that they were not leaders. They were acting really freaking weird. And you can go back and watch Vika's stream on that one. I played a clip of that on one of my earlier live streams. But that's basically it, guys. Here, let me take this down. Okay. Yeah, basically that's it, people. That's all I wanted to share. I wanted to show that clip, like I said, showing Flatzoid, fake flat earther, man. He's part of that crew, the the infiltrators, the people that are being promoted on YouTube, the people that are getting like a lot of stuff going on. And the giveaway for me with Flatzoid was how easy he was able to get all those guys on his show. Like, how easy. Not only how easy it was for Flatzoid to get them on his show, all those Final Experiment guys, but he was also surprisingly chumly and friendly with those guys, which I don't have a big disagreement with, being kind to them. But the dude didn't hold their feet to the fire. It's like, damn it. It's like you got him right there. You can explain the whole thing. You could destroy the Final Experiment in front of Will Duffy and all the McKeegan and all that. But what did they do? They're just like playing patty cakes, playing patty cakes with the TFE guys. Why do you suppose receiving that mail figured out? Yeah, because I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. They're not promoting my channel, which it's okay if they don't, because these videos, I like that people watch them, but my channel's kind of like for me to look back on all this stuff, like my music videos, videos of my cat, stuff like that, so I don't really care about subscribers and stuff, but I do notice like there's no way they'll ever promote me. So I put Flat Earth on all my stuff, and I don't toe the line of Final Experiment. Okay, like these other guys, like all these other fake Flat Earth people, these shills, infiltrators, telling people to believe stupid things. Honestly, like that's their whole job, is to get people to agree with the foundation of the deception, which is that to say the people were in Antarctica for the final experiment. Okay, that's the first part of the lie. It's the foundational part of the lie that these fake flat earthers are putting out there, saying, yeah, they were in Antarctica, but they faked the moon or fake videos, but they really were there. Wink, wink. It was a flat earth that did it. What do you mean it was a FE that did it? I don't think they're real flat earthers. And none of them, Jaron, Austin, none of those guys. I don't think they're real. I mean, they probably know that the earth is flat, but they're not working for the truth. They're not on the side of truth. They're getting checks or whatever, which I understand. People are they want to make money, so they're like, okay, what can they do to make money? So they just figured out some hate, right? But the thing that's the Globers. They're fighting to be like the haters. But the flat earth infiltrators, it's a much more sophisticated psychological operation at place. Oh, the male. Yeah, you're right. It could have been those guys that I called out. They want me to believe that it was Will Duffy, but that's like a smoke screen or whatever, like a red herring. Like it wasn't Will Duffy. Then again, it could have been. It'd be really stupid if it was, but I don't think it was, honestly. I mean, is it? Maybe, but I don't think it is. But let me show this last thing here. This is let me see what you say here, DSN. Matt, the flat earthers have scared you. Maybe it was Sam. No, they didn't scare me or scar me. I'm not stopping. I'm coming out harder now. I'm coming out much harder. The Glober people I'm going to debate, there's potential that it's going like to the next level, debating these other people, like atheists and stuff. So that's how it's going to continue. But when it comes to this flat earthers, man, I'm calling them out. It's all fake. And if I'm wrong, point to me where I'm wrong. But yeah, the flat earthers, they didn't scare me. It was weird though, honestly, that they were like sending letters or sent that letter. Look, he came up on your channel. Who? I only have like Mikey Smith, Sam Abukaya. No, I never had these people. But that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I would just say that my final statement would be that the fake flat earthers are worse than the Globers. McToon, those guys, fight flat earth, they're like surface level. It's obvious. Their thing is obvious. Their song and dance is obvious. Okay, surface level. But when it comes to the fake flat earthers, it's like a deep psyop. Like the final experiment wasn't the main psyop. The flat earth infiltration was the big psyop, because they know they cannot control flat earth. They cannot. So they're attempting to just steer it to make people look stupid by believing stuff like Joe Hanvey model, or believing people like, Mark Sargent or Dave Weiss. What I'm saying here? Mix fool. But yeah, basically that's it, guys. So watch for yourself. Notice for yourself. Look at what they say. Okay? It's like they're saying they're flat earthers, but listen beyond that. Listen to what they're talking about. Okay? Like I said, strong man them. Look at their own videos of what they're talking about. And yeah, unfortunately, it is revealed that there is a very deep infiltration in the flat earth community. Okay? Like you see this on the screen here, these guys faking Antarctica in a big studio. And they got vapes. People just hanging out, puffing on their vapes. Oh shit, it's funny. But that's what it was, guys. They weren't in Antarctica, okay? If they were in Antarctica, there wouldn't be all these like hundreds of glitches and mistakes and inconsistencies and other stuff, like Austin faking his breath with a vape. That's pathetic. That's like a pathetic attempt. Like these people had like the best modern technology and still screwed up. My suggestion is get away from these liars. Well, I'm not on their show. Like I said, I got blocked from the chat on Vika's show. That was after I called out Sargent and Weiss. So they are like, oh, okay, let's block this guy, right? I can still see the show, but I can't chat, So that's weird. Yeah, because they're in on it. It's like a whole thing. They're agents, but are they real flat earthers though? And what kind of agents are they? It's very weird. But yeah, I don't really go on their shows. The flat earthers that I like, I'll tell you the ones that I really think they're real. Number one, Flat Earth Banjo. I would say that guy, of all the flat earthers, he just has like realness. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He's like he's like a real flat earther. I know I'm real. But I'm suspicious of a lot of people, just everything that's going on, so that's why it's important to listen to what people say, and if you see anybody trying to like establish this final experiment, they're shills. Like Dave Weiss saying, yeah, they were in Antarctica, but they used a plasma projector to fake the sun. Dumbass, right? Or any of them. Or Sargent talking about the Joe Hanvey model. It's like, sorry, that's not how it works. That's not how light works, because it would be they would also have a never-ending 24-hour sun anywhere on the flat Earth model of the Joe Hanvey crap. The sun would never set. That's how it's wrong. It's like, just pay attention to what they're saying, and you can hear everything. Their whole lie gets exposed. Just listen to what they say. You can't comment on Moreland Dave channel? Sorry to hear it. Yeah, I stopped watching that. I mean, I did watch it at the beginning when I was becoming a flat earther, but I also kind of started to figure out who Dave Weiss was. So it's cool to see, yeah, where's the curve? Why does the earth look flat? Stuff like that. But once he starts adding the stupid shit that I noticed that he says, a lot of these people are just saying stupid shit. So I would say just pay attention, and that's all I really wanted to say. I don't want to stay on here for too much longer. I appreciate you guys watching my show. I'm not sure when I'll go back on again. I only really go on when I feel motivated to talk about stuff. And yeah, there's things that come up. So I like to share with you guys, and I hope you enjoy the videos, and I hope you continue to watch my videos. And ladies and gentlemen, just have a good day, and I'll see you later, okay? God bless you guys. Bye.